and a miss, and that's strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Misses inside. Now 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Pickoff moved to second, and he's back in easily. No outs. Runner on second. That's a base hit. Headed for the plate. He will score, and they take the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Aaron Judge, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. And now it's even up.
Ball.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, trouble.
On the ground, 2 ball. To second for 1. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. Back here in Denver, second inning set to go. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And a pitch. And a foul ball. Donaldson delivers. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Raleigh collects, fires to first. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. Swings and misses. 0-1. Donaldson, the lefty who lights up the radar gun. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a slurve, a forkball, and he works in a sinker. Fastball almost got him there.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And ring him up, says Carl Dixon. That's a strikeout. So digging in, Chipper Jones. And that is out of play. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. 0-2. Swings through it for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the second. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Cal Raleigh. And strike 1 to the catcher.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. Here's Juan Soto. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2. Swung on, belted. That one back there. Hits the top of the wall. And that's a double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes. Right there. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
On the ground to third. Throws to first in time. That's one out the bottom of the second.
Well, you're definitely looking to do more with that opportunity at the plate. 2 runners in scoring position, but at least he puts the ball in play. They bring across 1 run. Still one out there to pick up.
Ian Happ in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Lifted in the air, right center field. And a base hit knocks in a run. Hung up in a rundown now. Soto scores.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
On the ground left side, 6, 4.
Out of there.
But no throw to first as he'll hold on to it.
Good that they weren't overzealous there. Just take the shirt out, keep the runner out of scoring position.
Ellie De La Cruz at the dish. He's a guy who can fill up a scorecard.
Everyone stops what they're doing when this guy's at the dish. He's a dream player for fans.
There goes the runner. He swings and fouls one off. Runner on the go again. Pitch is low.
1 ball.
Throw to
2
second.
strikes.
Save. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They're waving Ramirez home. Runner from second scores as they add on.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Swinging a foul out of play. Runner on the go. There's a ball.
That's low.
He's safe at second, and that was not close. So a foul ball makes it 1 and 2. 2 outs. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. And we're back. Top half of the 3rd inning. Now it's the right fielder, Aaron Judge. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. That's to third. Fires over to Guerrero. 1 up, 1 down. Bo Bichette up to the dish.
Oh, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Makes the grab, 2 down. And here's Corey Seager to hit. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Fouled off left side. 2 outs, base is empty. Hit in the air, right field. Marte snags it on the run. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Carlos Beltran. Leiter back to work. Just missed.
I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
That one pushed foul.
You know, this group of hitters putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. Looking at the numbers, they've got 4 hits when they're behind in the count. That says they are absolutely battling at the plate and just not giving up, despite what the count says.
Swing and a ball popped up. Guerrero makes the catch, and there's 2 down. Now, Cal Raleigh. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Now a screamer into the outfield, and that will end the inning. New inning getting started, and now the center fielder, Carlos Beltran. That one fouled off.
Well, these guys, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time. And that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. So up next, Pete Crow Armstrong. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Something I'm noticing in this one is that these hitters are aggressive early in the count. It makes you wonder if that was talked about in the hitters meeting before this game started.
And that one hammered. Gone. And they cut into the deficit. It's 4-1. So 1 out, nobody on. And the batter now, Cal Raleigh. And that one fouled off.
Is the count.
And a foul ball. He stays alive. 1 down, base is empty. Foul ball, still 0-2.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Fires over to Guerrero. And there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Fly ball down the line. Soto really on his horse for it. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. 2 down, nobody on. And there's a foul ball. Donaldson winds and fires. Swings and misses. Back here at Coors Field. And now the right fielder, Juan Soto. Just
off the plate.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1-2.
Hit high in the air. There it goes. See ya. And they tack on to their lead. It's 5-1.